Attorneys are always long-winded. And I've heard them talk for days. But it's great to be back home. I lived in Sharon for 10 years. And I love the place. And I got to know Val Moscato and Rita Moscato, Craigie, and Rossi and Susie. And Bill Nixon's back there now. Yes. 90 years old. Yeah. And he still loves basketball and walk without a cane. Well, that makes me feel bad. And I got to know the Marks. 3 sisters sitting right back there. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up again, please, and stay standing. Stand up, sister. Carol, come on. Stand up. I'm going to let you know. Stay right where you are, because I want to tell these people, they are like my daughters. They grew up with me and Sharon. Their father was a policeman, a great man. Their mother was named Mary, a great woman, greater than the father. And now I come back to Easton, I see these lovely kids. Stand up. I see these lovely kids from those people. Give them a hand. The man who worked with me for many years, and we played tennis together, we played partners, and we lost. I didn't even want to sign his autograph when we lose. Where's Jerry Cunningham? Did he leave? Is Jerry here? Right there. It has been wonderful to come back home and visit. And I was talking to these 4 basketball players back there. They got more. Stand up. Well, they were telling me how good they were going to be this year. And I do hope you are successful. But I was talking about team basketball. And I told them I would say something that changed the whole life of my game. I was brought up playing team basketball until I got to the Celtics. And one night, Kuzi passed me the ball. I went up to take a jump shot. Tom Heinsohn was free, nobody on him. I passed the ball to him, and he made the basket. 2 minutes later, I was pulled out of the game. And as I'm going by, Coach Red Auerbach, he says, sit right here, son. I don't like to sit next to the coach. And so as he was watching the game, he was talking to me. He said, did Kuzi pass you the ball? And I said, yes. He said, did you shoot it? And I said, Coach, Tommy was wide open under the basket. I passed it. He says, that's not, I'm being nice, the question I asked you. He didn't say it that way. But I have to be nice. That's not what I asked you. Did you shoot it? And I says, no. And he says, that's why you're on the bench. Now, I could not understand that. And so, 3 minutes later, he puts me back in the game. And the first 3 plays are my plays. And he's testing me. But I shot those shots. I don't even know if I made them. Don't even care, but I did what he said. But I got back batting. We went down to New York, my special place to play. Kuzi got trapped at the half-court line. I had to come out from the other side to get the ball. He passed me the ball, I turned around and shot it. I hit nothing. And Coach rose up off the bench, and I knew he was angry. And so when we got a timeout, he just looked at me. Never said a word to anyone. And when the bell sounded to go back on the court, he grabbed my shirt. He said, Sam, what kind of shot was that? And I said, Coach, when Kuzi passes me the ball, I shoot. So I followed his order, but I just had to get back. I knew I was not supposed to take that shot. And so these are the kind of things that we have done. We were very successful because of Red Auerbach. We were very successful because of Bob Cousy. We were very successful because of Bill Russell, Havlicek. Everybody played an important part of being successful for the Celtics. When I went into the Hall of Fame, this is what I said. Everybody on our team who is not in the Hall of Fame should be going in with me, because everybody plays a part in making you what you are. They make you better. And we got a team that made each other better. When we criticized, it was never a negative criticism. It was always this way: you can do better. Which meant Jerry West was kicking my butt. Yeah. Oscar Robertson was kicking my butt. I got to play defense better. And that's the way they told me, you can do better. I didn't. Because they were that good. But I tried to pay them back on the other end when I had the ball. And this is what you're supposed to do. 12 years, 12 division playoffs, 11 NBA runs in my 12 years, and we won 10 championships. You can't say that's bad. All of you young men who does not go to a Division I school, my school was 1,500 students, Division II. I was the first player ever to be drafted in the first round from a Division II school. And I said, when the Celtics drafted me, they were crazy. Because they never saw me play a game. And they drafted me in the first round, 8th pick. But there was another player they drafted in the first round they never saw play a game. It was Bill Russell. And just to think, the two of us who never saw play a game, are the two winningest duo in sports history. When they drafted me, they wanted to fire the coach because it was Sam who. My school was 1,500 students. But someone knew I could play, and they told Red Auerbach, it was a coach, that if you're going to draft a guard, you have to draft Sam Jones from North Carolina. And they did. So they took a chance, and I went to the Hall of Fame. That was great. But I went to the Hall of Fame because of other players. Jim Muscatoff, who is not in the Hall of Fame. Tommy Heisen is in the Hall of Fame. Sack Sanders is in the Hall of Fame. Casey Jones is in the Hall of Fame. Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, Bill Sharman, Frank Ramsey, all of these players I played with in the Hall of Fame. But we made each other. The only two guys I think that could go to the Hall of Fame without having anyone to lead on was Bill Russell and Bob Cousy. They were just that great. And I'm sorry you young people didn't have a chance to see them play. It was just lovely playing with Bob Cousy. Why? Because I knew I was going to get the ball. It was lovely playing with Bill Russell because if someone got by me, I knew they were not going to score with a layup because he was going to be there for me. And then when we all got together, it was like, the only guy I totally got angry with was my coach. And I'll tell you why. At halftime, we're up 10 points. We come into the locker room, we feel good about ourselves, we're playing great basketball. Now, you're Bill Russell, okay? So we're going to go clockwise. So he would start with me, and I'm like, he'd go all the way around the room, and when he got to Bill Russell, he says, it's time to go back on the court. He never said a word about Bill Russell. The next time we come in at halftime, he go counterclockwise. Okay. Got to Bill Russell? He never said a word. Well, I mean, he just got on us. And sometimes I just take a towel, put over here. Yeah. But I didn't want to hear it. And when I finished playing, he said, Sam, I want to let you know something. I knew how angry you were, but I want to let you know now that I never won a championship until I got Bill Russell. And I could not make him angry because he couldn't take it like you could. And so he knew how to treat every individual, how to talk to him, because everybody has a different personality. I mean, Tommy Heinsohn, I felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
That was his beating pole. And Tommy couldn't do anything right. And Tommy Heinsohn was one of the most underrated players to ever play with the Boston Celtics, without a doubt. And I played with Tommy for 7 years. And we won a lot of championships because of Tommy Heinsohn. The greatest thing about Tommy Heinsohn, he never had a job. He's been to Celtics all his life. He's still with the Celtics. But it was a thrill. It was a joy. It was a joy being here. I moved to Maryland because it was too cold in Massachusetts in the wintertime. And when you come from the South, you just can't stand that cold weather. But it was a great place to live. It's a great place for my kids to grow up because they got a good education and they met good people. And so I'm very happy, and I've been blessed. I'll tell everybody, I've been blessed. Even to have lived this long. Never thought about it. 14 grandkids, one great grandkid. And she was born in May. And I tell you, I'm living the best life I ever lived. It's just I can't walk. And I didn't sit down because I have a bad knee. It's hard even to get up. So I told Mark, I'm going to stand tonight. Now, do we have any questions tonight? Yes.
Let's start out one. You are known as perhaps the best in the history of basketball at using the backboard. How did you start understanding that the backboard was your friend and it was so important to your game and it was so valuable?
You kids listen to this, okay? Our team never missed a layup in practice. The first thing a team does when they go on the floor is they shoot layups from each side. In practice, if we missed a layup, everybody had to run. So we made layups. Now, I felt that if I could shoot layups that well, let me try shooting this just a little jump shot. And right where that line is, when you stand on the free throw line when someone's shooting, at an angle I started shooting just there. And then I started moving backwards to where I was not throwing the ball. And I did it every day from both sides. And I was making a lot of shots. So I depended on that shot. And when I got to college, man, that was my weapon. I knew I wanted the ball, and I wanted it in clutch time. And when I got to the pros, they didn't know what I was doing. Because no one used that shot. So I became the greatest bank shot shooter in the world. Why? Because no one used it. But the other thing, they were going in. And that's what counts. Now, I could shoot the other way. I could shoot any kind of way. I'm from old school. I could even shoot two hands. You've never even seen that. But coming from the old school, I could do that. And so, Ross, that's why it was so good. And nobody shot it, so I got to be the best shot in the league. Anyone else? Yes.
Did you play with Larry Bird?
Speak up.
Did you play with Larry Bird?
Good story. Larry Bird, you said, did I play with him? No, he's too young. He came after me. But Larry Bird played with Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson, Danny Ames. He had a good team. And I said, Larry, you only won 3 championships. You could have won more. Now, Larry is a talker. And I said, if you played with us, you'd have been the 7th man. So he came back on me. He said, Samuel, had I played with you, I'd have played guard and took your place. Which I didn't say another word because he was really good. Yes. Yes.
How long were you playing in the NBA for?
Yeah, stop whispering. Out louder.
What?
Loud.
How long were you playing in the NBA for?
How long did I play?
Yeah.
I played for 12 years. And I had 2 years in the service. Yes, I was in the Korean conflict.
That wasn't well known. It wasn't well known that you had years.
I don't talk about my time in the service, but I wanted him to know that. Yes.
I'm proud of you, Sam.
Yes.
What was it like knowing red? Like, what was it?
Why don't you give them this mic and I can talk? They can hear me. Yeah, would you, Ross? Can you do that?
Can we have it? Does this work that way?
Let's see if it does.
What was it like knowing
It
red?
doesn't work. Maybe I don't have it on, Ross.
No, it's a TV.
Oh, it's a TV mic.
Oh, it's for
What was
cable.
that?
It's for
What
cable.
was it like knowing red?
Right on.
Knowing red?
Yeah.
Who told you to ask that question? how do you think about knowing red? Tell me.
I don't know.
Did you read about it?
Yeah, a little bit.
What's that?
Yeah, a little bit.
You did read about it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question.
Yeah.
What was it like playing for Red Auerbach? I don't know if I said this. When I first came to the Celtics, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know who Bill Russell was. I didn't know who Bob Cousy was, Tommy Heinsohn. And the reason I didn't know, they didn't have TV in the South. The first game I ever saw in person, I played in it. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can believe it.
No, I'd never been in an arena. And so when I came to Boston, I thought I was in better shape than any player who had ever played basketball. In the first 3 days, we did sit-ups, we did push-ups. The third day, I could not lace my shoes because of the sit-ups. I had like slats running down my stomach that I couldn't bend over and lace my shoes. But I watched Cousy and Sharman, the position that I was playing, the third day they were all over just lacing up the shoes. They're older than I am. They are more experienced than I am, but I couldn't understand how could they lace their shoes and I couldn't. And they never told me until after we finished our training. And I went to Cousy and I said, Cousy, how could you guys lace your shoes after the third day? And I couldn't do it. He said, Sam, every day after practice, we went to the bathtub and put Epsom salt in the bathtub and they soaked in it. So it loosened up the muscles. And I said, well, why didn't you tell me? We don't tell rookies that. You know what I did, didn't you? The next year I did it to another rookie. I looked at them and they couldn't lace up their shoes. And I told them the same thing. After we finished, 3 days after we finished, you should have put Epsom salt in the bathtub and soaked in it. So that was my way of paying back, yes.
Sam, how was it playing with some of the other NBA greats like Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West?
Why would you say Wilt Chamberlain first?
He was always my favorite, I gotta say.
You know, Wilt Chamberlain
Scored 100 points.
well, he scored 100 points in a game. He was one of my best friends.
Okay.
But one night, we have a way of playing defense.
Yeah.
And Russell goes out to help me because my man got by.
Yeah.
My first thing is to go to Wilt Chamberlain.
Okay.
And then someone else will switch with me, and then I'll go to a forward because I can play a forward. I can't play Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
He's too big,
Yeah.
he's too
Huge.
strong.
Yeah.
But that night they have to throw a pass to Wilt Chamberlain. And as he reached up this way, I saw all this rib cage. It looked so good.
He was
And I
strong.
came by
Yeah.
and I just got all of it.
Okay.
I was not going to let him dunk. He doesn't
Okay.
shoot free throws too well.
Right.
Put him on the free throw line. He was one of the worst free throw shooters in the league. So I got him, and I heard it go oomph. And I said, oh gosh, I hit him too hard.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I turned around, this big left hand is coming after me like this.
Wow.
So I ran and knocked our cameraman off his stool.
Yeah.
Grabbed the stool and went back like this. By that time, Russell is up there. Jim Luskatoff is up there.
Yeah, yeah.
And he says, I'm going to make you eat that chair. And I said, I'm going to break your kneecaps.
Wow. Wow.
This is what you do not know.
Yeah.
When we play basketball, if your uniform is different than our uniform,
Yeah. Yeah.
that 48 minutes, you're not our friends.
Right.
No matter how good we are related.
Right.
The next day, he came and picked me up and took me to his mama's house for my pregame dinner.
Wow. Yeah.
And when we came back, he says, don't come into the paint. I don't know if you know what the paint is.
Oh, yeah. I know what
Coaches
the
do
paint is.
know what the paint is.
I know
He
what
said,
the
don't
paint
come
is.
in the paint tonight.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that. So I told Russell, call a two-play.
Okay.
That's the big man guard pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when I went around, the first thing I do is look for Will, see what he does. And he didn't come. So I took his jump shots. Call the two-play again, because if the first is successful, run it again until they make the adjustment.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
next time I went around, he just stood there.
Wow.
I took another jump shot and made the third time.
Yeah.
He did the same thing, but I didn't see it. I said, I'm going all the way to the basket. And I went to the basket, and all of a sudden, I saw this big 7'2" guy coming. I knew he was going to block my shot, but he didn't block my shot. He blocked me. He hit me so hard
Wow. Yeah.
that I had tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I was on the floor.
He owed you.
And Buddy LaRue, who was the trainer,
Yeah,
he came
sure.
running out on the floor. He says, oh, you're hurt. I said, I think I'm dead.
Oh boy.
And Red Auerbach was hollering on the corner, run it again. I said, not tonight. So, but Will came over, and he got on his knees, and he said to me, are you coming back? I said, not in this game, Will. And I say, for the rest of the time I play with you, I'm shooting jumpers. But
Yeah.
that's a good payback. It was all right.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Which year was your best season?
What year?
Yeah, which year was your best season?
My best year? We went to the finals 11 out of those 12 years? Man, I don't know. To tell you the truth, but out of those 12 years, we won 10 out of 11. You can't ask for much more than that. Yes.
What was your best winning streak on the Celtics?
Best,
Winning streak on the Celtics?
I think we won 15 or 16 games. Oh, that's a good question. We never had a curfew. Never had a curfew. And we had won 15 or 16 games. We were playing in Detroit. And see, back in those days, we had double headers. That means 4 teams went into the same place, and they saw 2 games for the price of 1. But it's New Year's Eve. Now, I don't know about you people, but black people go to church on New Year's Eve. Now, we're in Detroit, so I told Red, I said, I'm going to church. He says, not tonight. I says, Red, this is something that we do. We go to church to bring in the new year. He says, not tonight, I'm having a party in my room. Now, we go into this room, there's beer in the bathtub with all this ice in it. There's 4 card tables with pretzels and stuff on it. We don't get this room until about 10 o'clock at night. We don't leave until about 1, because now you know he's not going to places. We all go to bed. We're playing the worst team in the league.
Wow.
We lose by 20 points. And he came in the locker room, and he was so at ease it frightened us. And he says, the next time I have a curfew, send me to the insane asylum. Because I will never do this to you again, so we never had curfews. And the one reason we didn't have curfews, we didn't break rules. You got to understand something. We didn't break rules. We didn't get in trouble. I don't know if you know this. Back when we played, I don't think any teams got in trouble.
Right. I was going to ask you,
It's
what do
out
you,
of respect. We respect our coaches. We knew what we had to do, and we did it. And
What-
so they didn't worry about putting us on curfew.
what do you think of the NBA today, as it is today?
Only thing I don't like about the NBA today,
Yeah.
you don't get a chance to know the player that long because he's moving to another team.
Right. Yeah.
And
it's true.
that is what really hurts
Yeah.
the NBA today.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about the three-pointer? You didn't have it back then, the three-pointer.
Man, my shooting average was being so poor, it's a shame.
Really?
3 points? Oh my gosh. And I can shoot that range,
Right.
but I couldn't shoot like Curry.
Yeah.
That man has no conscience. I don't think he has to look at the basket. He just knows where it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
I love watching Golden State.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know why? The coach lets them play basketball.
Right.
And when they get out of sync, he calls a timeout.
He was a shooter too, the coach.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
You can't blame him. Anyone else? Yes.
One of the more intriguing series was the 1969 Eastern Conference Finals. And you played the Knicks, the up-and-coming Clyde Frazier, Donald Bill, Dave DeBusschere. What was the Celtics locker room mentality about that?
Playing home?
What was the Celtics locker room mentality about playing that team there?
What team were we playing?
The Knicks.
We weren't worried about the Knicks. No. Let me just tell you this. I like to say we were intelligent ball players. Young men, are your coaches here? Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, Coach, I want to say this. Where are you? How are you, sir? Good, how are you? I'm doing well. And I want to tell you this. We never had anything on paper. Where Red Auerbach came up with a book, you'll never see Red Auerbach with a book. Because in our training, I would know how to play that position. Every play that we called was right here. Now I want all of you to think about this. 12 years, 12 Eastern Division Finals. 12 years, 11 NBA playoffs. And we won 10 of those in 12 years. But what I'm saying, there was never a play written on paper. There was never a play that when we came in to discuss what we're going to run, no. It was called, we're running a 6 for Russell. That's it. We're going to run 8 for John Havlicek. That was it. And everybody knew what we had to do. But everything was keyed off of what the defensive person were doing. They changed our plays. If they tried to beat us to a certain spot, we knew we had to change the play right then. We never changed the play in 12 years. And every year we were successful.
Sam,
Yes.
One play I told everyone online, I'm going to ask you to go through again. So 1969, you're done. You're limping to the playoffs. The Celtics dynasty is over. You're down 2-1 to LA. Elgin Baylor steps out of bounds. There's 7 seconds on the clock. You get the ball back. If the Celtics don't score, you're 3-1 down going to LA. What happened in that? They were going to you. Russell said there's only one person we're going to in that play. Is that right? There's nothing to go when you hit that shot against LA to tie the series up.
Well, you got one thing, it's something that we practiced, and the play got messed up.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, it's got messed up, and I was part of it. We had designed a play. It's a new play. What Russell did, he says, okay, I want everybody to design a play that if we ever get down to 10 seconds or less, that you would like to run. And so everybody put in a play, and it came out with the Ohio State play. Havlicek and Siegfried designed the play. And so we practiced on that play. And it was a pretty good play. But the player is supposed to operate when the out-of-bound person who's passing the ball, he hits the ball. That is when we make our move. Well, Mindy Rudolph, which I forgot about, has a habit of hitting the ball before he passes out of bounds. And I heard the ball hit and I started moving. And I look back, Siegfried doesn't have the ball. And I can't leave my position now because
Manny Rudolph is the referee.
yeah, he's a referee. So I can't leave my position. And so he finally gave to Siegfried, and everybody knew where I was at that position. So now everything, we're going to run the same play, but it's got to be done a little different. It's got to slow it down a little bit. I got 3 picks. See, I got 3 picks coming. So I know that I'm going to be free. And I knew where I was going to get the ball, at the free throw line. And so when I got it, I turned and I slipped.
Oh, gosh.
And I says, gosh, where's Russell? Because if I missed a shot, maybe Russell can get the tap, right? Russell was on the bench. He had taken himself out because we had 5 shooters in the game. We had